Bishop, good morning.
Yes, I said, okay, like I was asking, can we justify this defection? Can we say it's wrong? And if we say it is not wrong, if we have more people decamping to a particular party, doesn't it look like it's going to turn to a one-party system? And if that is the truth, then is it actually safe for our democracy?
Well, Bishop, I thank you for giving me the opportunity again as your guest analyst to discuss this matter. But it's important I take it from the background of the kind of politics we play in Nigeria, or the nature of Nigerian politics, by extension African politics. The challenge, therefore, for all of us is the political parties we have in Nigeria do not have any form of ideology. What they have is simply party goal. And this goal is clearly on capturing power and having access to public resources. Let me explain. In Nigeria, what we call political ideology is often just a mask for political parties, just often a mask for political party goals, which are usually centered on gaining and retaining power, not on any clear, ideological driven or value driven governance framework. And if you look at it critically, if you break it down within the Nigerian context, using the lens at which political parties look at party ideology, what we have are parties with goals to capture power, not parties with any clear known political ideology. And because these parties do not, if you look at these parties critically, they do not stand for any clear policy direction or any clear ideological direction. The political parties, as we speak today, cannot explain their stand on core issues like taxation, or core issues like education, or core issues like healthcare, or even on core issues like electricity and industrialization, and even power decentralization. They cannot explain this if you pin them down to have real conversation. There are no conversation, there are no substance. All what the parties exist to do is to form coalition. For some of them, the political parties, they form coalition, win election, and have access to public resources. And that is the problem. That is the problem. Now, if you look at the political parties clearly, you really find difficult to actually understand in real terms what do these political parties believe about the role of governance. Do they even believe in citizens' rights, or do they even believe in economic justice? Now, the problem for all of us is that when this is allowed to continue, when this kind of practice is allowed to continue, it's not only bringing, or it's not only resulting in 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 a, in a voting apathy. It also confuses the electorate. It also confuses the voters, because the voters cannot distinguish between parties, because there are no clear ideological differences among the political parties. So the voters are forced to vote based on tribe, religion, or personality. And that's the biggest problem all of us are facing. And that also complicates the issues of accountability. If a party, or if a party, or a particular party, or the political parties, if they have no clear values, or their campaigns or promises are tied to any political, any ideological driven movement, how do you, or how do we hold them accountable? This is the problem. And this also answers your question about political party defection by the politician or by the political elite. Look, the truth therefore becomes, politicians dump their party. Politicians switch party not because of any ideological belief, but because of personal interest. In any case, the political parties they are even member of do not have any ideology to it's standing on. So it's all about public, it's all about access to power, it's all about capturing political power and control and access to public resources. Then the question therefore becomes, what should happen, or what do we do to address this kind of problem? I think that what needs to be done to address this problem is that political parties should define and defend its ideology clearly. Or political parties, let me put it this way: political parties should define and define and defend in clear terms its ideological direction. For instance, they should be able to tell Nigerians, they should be able to tell Nigerians, do they support state policing? These are some of the things we want to listen to. Do they believe in education, or do they favor subsidies or market liberalization? What is their clear strategy of fixing power, industrialization, serious human capital development? These are some of the things political parties should be telling us. Now, I think that the citizens and the media, we must pressure the political parties to go beyond slogan and explain to us what they believe in terms of governance. They have to explain to us what they believe in terms of governance. How is their political party? How is their political party different in terms of national vision? I think this is what we need. This is the kind of conversation we should be having with the political parties. When we do some of these things, we are close, or we are on the route of solving some of these problems.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Liberty. I think you have done justice to this subject, but I don't have any further question regarding that. Thank you so much for that, your suggestion.